Day Dawns ARKS! Welcome everyone to your weekly Phantasy Star Online 2 podcast, recorded live on July 3rd, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me is Xance. Go ahead and say hello.
Ohio!
So, kind of a shorter week this week. We didn't want to interrupt anybody's vacations or anything with what's coming up this weekend here, so we wanted to push
July,
this...
Independence Day, the birth of the United States.
Indeed. So yeah, so that's why that's why we went live here today on Friday instead. So we didn't want to interrupt anybody's weekend. So here we go. Yeah. Along with that, we do kind of have a shorter show today, but we've also got a couple of ideas that are we might revisit the last topic sometime in the future as well. This is just kind of our first round of it potentially. We'll see how it goes today.
It'll probably go either okay or crash horribly. We won't know until we try it.
Indeed. Oh, and one thing I did want to bring up before we get into things today, there was a topic that we missed last week, and it was that the on the Japanese side, the character elections are going on currently.
Character elections?
Yep. So basically, players can choose from one of 9 male and one of 9 female characters.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're able to based on the feedback, Sega's going to create items based on those characters.
Animal that won one year, or some character that dresses up like an animal, like a penguin or something.
I don't recall that one. That sounds like something from Who's On Me, to be honest.
Maybe, I don't know.
But,
like, I'm trying to remember the last time I saw that, because, like I said, it's been a while since I've been on JB side or kept up with it. But I remember that whenever I was playing, they had a that character competition thing.
Yeah, they typically bring it up during the anniversary event, which happens during the summer, which is basically what's going to be kicking off shortly here.
8th anniversary for this game.
Yep.
This game's been out since 2012. Same amount of time as Dragon Quest X, and wouldn't that be great if that game got localized as well?
Well, that's up to Square Enix at this point.
Yep, I know, and I'm going to keep advocating for that to get localized.
I don't know. I think we'd have to wait for Mr. Hori to say it's okay at this point.
Yeah, if this game can get localized, then Dragon Quest X can get localized. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it sounds like you've already kicked us off. So why don't you take us into our weekly gaming sessions here?
Well, yeah, I will continue to advocate for Dragon Quest X getting localized because I am currently playing that, as I've mentioned before. But what I've been playing more so is Phantasy Star Portable 2. I don't know. I believe you're in this Discord as well, the Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity Discord.
Yeah.
Yep. So I team up with people on there, and I do stuff in there. Mostly missions connected through Hunsterverse, which is a VPN thing that was mostly set up for Monster Hunter, the PSP Monster Hunter games, which was Unite 1 and 2. And hold on, it was Freedom Unite, and what else? What were the Monster Hunter PSP games?
Weren't those like the numbered ones or something up until number 3?
Hold on, let me see here. Game list. So there was Monster Hunter Freedom 2, Monster Hunter Freedom and Freedom 2. And then Freedom Unite. Okay. So yeah, it's those PSP games. So you're able to connect onto the VPN, and then in PPSSPP settings, you're able to then do network connection. So you're able to do local play online. Pretty cool. Gotcha. And a while back, they actually set that up for Phantasy Star Portable 2 and 2 Infinity. Which once that English translation for 2 Infinity comes out, I am switching right over to that.
Yeah,
But if you're
definitely.
down, pick up Portable 2.
Yeah, I'll be right there with you, checking that out at that point. I think they've also got, for the PPSSPP emulator, there's also a 60 FPS patch now, isn't there?
Yes, there is. It's actually like a cheat code thing. You put it into like the cheat code file, and then you activate it. And yeah, it allows the game to run at 60 FPS, which is a godsend for multiplayer, because on the PSP, or originally with Portable 2, multiplayer ran at 20 FPS.
Yep. Now, I remember reading something about that maybe the combo system would fall off too quickly using that. Is that still the case?
No, it's not.
Okay.
The only thing weird with it is just pallets. Sometimes it goes too fast, other times it's way too slow.
Gotcha.
But it's doable. Like it's just so much better playing this game at 60 FPS, or even just 30 FPS compared to multiplayer at 20.
Rooks, yes, there is a way to transfer Phantasy Star Portable 2 characters to Infinity. It's actually built into the game if you transfer Japanese to Japanese. Otherwise, there is a way, if you're able to import your character file, to convert it. I just haven't run through it myself before.
Actually, what you do is that you just rename the file for Portable 2 English, and then switch it to the Japanese one, and then you're able to import it into Infinity that way.
So it sounds like it's pretty easy then.
It's extremely easy. It's just renaming a file. But yeah, what I was talking about with Portable 2 is I rarely did most of the multiplayer. I mostly just did story mode because I didn't have people to play with, and when I really got into it, all the online servers were already down. So I never knew about the tactical missions. You know about them?
Are you talking about the downloadable missions?
No, not the downloadable ones. There are downloadable ones as well that are tactical missions, but some of these are in the game itself, like Sand March, Fiery Fugue, Ebony Capriccio, Emerald Impromptu, Azure Symphony.
I haven't heard of any of those.
I never knew about all these because I was actually running one of them with Nestle on the Discord server here, and I got black tickets. It's like, what are these for? What is this concert thing? And it's apparently for 2 different quests: Ivory Concert or Phantasmal Requiem. And there are some really good drops you can get from this.
Gotcha. Well, I'll probably have to lean on you then when I check this out myself once the patch comes out.
For 2 Infinity, yeah, definitely. Because there are already similar things with it, but there are more things that were added on to Infinity, obviously. But yeah, that's something I never knew about. And boy, the mission points it gives is insane.
Yep. Although with Infinity, I think the main idea is you level up, and then you have, what is it, the rebirth system, whereby once you hit level 50, you can then essentially restart your character from level 1, but get some extra stats with that character then.
But the thing is, with the rebirth system, it's not worth it unless you actually hit level 200. You get the most amount of points to put into stats then.
Yep, I had heard that as well.
Also, it's, with your PSP, it's called putting custom firmware on it, which is extremely easy to put custom firmware on a PSP. All that requires is putting a file onto the memory card and then running it. That's it.
All right.
And Brightstar, if you ever want to do any of the multiplayer on Portable 2, hit me up.
Definitely.
I'm glad to do that. I have a level 143 character or a level 38, I think. I'm still trying to get through the story on my second character.
Gotcha. I know there's like a battle mode in there, so I'll definitely want to be able to check that out as well.
The battle mode is a thing. That's all I'll say. It's just like with PSO2. It's a thing.
Gotcha. All right, and
Sounds much fun.
anything else for your week?
Other than that, not much. It's just been Portable 2 and Dragon Quest X for the most part. Oh, and Persona 4 Golden. I've been streaming that. By the way, go over to my Twitch page. I'll be streaming later today. More Persona 4 Golden. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Indeed. So, then let me start off by saying I didn't have too much time this week, but I did at least have a little bit of time here. Most of my time has been filled up with PSO2 and the fact that I've got the max number of characters that you can have, and each day you can go to the casino, play a round of Blackniak, and take out a King Masetin in the Masetin shooter game, and that is going to give you 30 glory badges and a 100% try boost per character per day.
Yep. That's something I've been forgetting to do.
Yep. So that is one of the more lucrative ways to basically get yourself prepared here. Let's see. Aside from that, the only other thing I did this week is I actually spent a little time with an oldie but a goodie, and that was GTA 5. I didn't go into the multiplayer. I just spent about half an hour with Franklin out in the countryside, and what can I say? Even to this day, the game is still very, very good. And since I'm running on a 2080 graphics card here, I'm able to just push that pretty much all the way to the max settings, aside from the internal scaling.
Oh yeah, and also with those glory badges, once you get all the cosmetic items, then you could just trade them in for 12-star units.
Yep.
Well, you trade them in for the unique weapon badges that you then trade into 12-star units.
Yep, I am going to be...
Yeah, getting a full 12-star is not that hard. It's great.
Exactly, and my plan is to also get all the Ray weapons as well, so I can add them into my weapon collection for title purposes.
Yay, titles! Also, so you can have them ready for when crafting is out next month.
Yep. Just go ahead and desynth a bunch of those.
Oh yeah, decent. Like, if you have a bunch of 13 stars that you're not using, hold on to them so you can desynth them once crafting's out, because those crafting items are going to be expensive right from the start. So if you want some good meta, you hold on to them.
How much Goldnia and everything you're gonna need.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of weapons later on that will come out that you need like 999 Goldnia, right?
Yeah, just to change the weapon into a different type, you need 999 Goldnia and then 999 of something else. And I think it depends upon what weapon type you're going to for that.
Which most people, when it comes to making like the light stream, they'll go with Dawns ARKS first to get the Vampiric Strike, and then change it to other weapons to then, and then change it to like their weapon of choice to then get up to light stream. If I recall correctly, back when I was on G, that's what people did.
Yep, and then eventually you get the what is it? The time reversal Chronos Stone.
Yep. Which one of those you got from like the Persona fight?
Yep, and then another was title based.
Yep. And then the other was story based. You finished the episode 5 story, you got one.
And then there was the road to episode 6.
That was a thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun if they decide to do that on the North American servers, where everybody is given a chance to kind of catch up to current content by going through this campaign. You can get 15-star weapons really easily through this.
I wish they would do that. I doubt they're going to, but I wish they will.
We'll see.
Or they'll make the getting the 15 stars a bit more streamlined in NA. I don't know.
But yeah, that's pretty much my gaming week there. Just PSO2 and a little bit of GTA 5.
Nice. I really need to mess around with some of the single player mods in GTA 5.
It's something I gotta give a try to as well.
Oh, and speaking of mods, Persona 4 Golden already has some mods, mostly music, but there's a couple that are model based, like making almost every single model be Adachi.
And I'm sure somebody's working on a nude mod as well.
Oh, of course. What do you expect? It's a very popular game. You can now mod it, so of course someone's going to make a nude mod.
Yep. I mean, even PSO2 has that. If you look around for something that makes your baseware invisible, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't we go ahead and kick off into our first topic here today. The first collab for the North American side here.
Explosion!
Oh dear, I seem to have lost the window. Give me one moment here, folks.
Whoops.
There we go.
Oh, fun.
It just got minimized, that's all. All right, but yes, we have the Blessed World AC Scratch here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got inside of here.
Yep. So we got Konosuba stuff,
which I've never seen before.
I highly recommend Konosuba. It is hilarious. There is an English dub if you prefer watching dubbed.
Gotcha.
Because I'm one of those heathens that actually do like. Nice job, Zant. You blew up the topics. My explosion blew the topics off. And speaking of explosions, there's Megumin. Yeah, good luck getting the Megumin stuff. It's like 12,000 Meseta, or like 12 million Meseta each part.
Yeah, that sounds expensive there.
Yep. Because of course, Megumin is the most popular character in Konosuba.
And then it looks like you got some hairstyles.
Mm-hmm. Aqua's hair and Kazuma's hair. Also Megumin's, also expensive. Darkness and Union. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to the main characters, yeah, their items are expensive. No duh. When it comes to all the side characters that are also part of this scratch, yeah, those items are not that expensive.
Got some emotes there.
Yep.
And I guess that's the explosion! Yep,
there's the explosion. And then 3, that's Steel. Which, for people who haven't watched the anime, whenever Kazuma does the Steel move, it steals something that the character really holds dear, which, like, really holds dear close to them, which for the female characters, it steals their panties.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And so once again, we got the different outfits here, the Megumin replica, and Rockage vest.
Honestly, some of it looks kind of off compared to the style of PSO2. I really like the Tiger Blade armor, and I actually did some of the scratch. I usually never do any of the scratch, but I decided, and what the hell, I'll try it. I got Tiger Blade armor. Doesn't sell well, but oh well. I like it. It looks cool. I was hoping to get something from the main cast, but nope. That's how gotchas go.
Yep. And then you got a base wear for the Tiger Blade armor as well. Soaring Silks, which...
Oh.
It's interesting. That looks actually more like something that an Episode 5 character was wearing.
That's interesting.
And then, of course, you got your typical assortment of innerwears as well here. Yeah, what was her name? Margarita, I think.
Margareta?
Yeah. The one over in Epic.
Oh, okay.
And then we...
episode 5, yep.
And then we do also...
I tend to forget things about episode 5 because episode 5 was shit, but...
I think it's better if you just play it straight through in one shot. Because then you do kind of have a complete story then.
Yeah, but when it was currently... Like, when it was current, it was awful. It was really... Buster Quest. That was it. That was the only thing. It was just Buster Quest. All the goddamn time. Buster Quest.
Yep. And then we do have a new cast set here for male and female. I don't know about that, Rooks. I kind of like at least the Galfa body. It gives you kind of a little bit of a cape on the back there.
Yeah, but there are better ones. Like there are some cast parts that are like a full cape, but cool.
I will admit the blade on the front. If I didn't know any better, I would say that this was going more towards either Cutman or Quickman from Mega Man.
It looks like he's chewing a boomerang.
Yeah. And we also have the typical assortment of accessories as well here. So a bunch of hairstyles.
Got the Tiger Blade hairstyle. Of course, the hairstyles of the main cast of Konosuba.
And then, again, another set of eyes here. And then... some body paints here for
art makeup. Who would want that? I guess someone would want that, but it's very inconsequential, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Valentine's thing or something, but we're too late for that at this point. You do get a Mega Man hat and Mega Man eye patch here.
Yep. Also extremely expensive.
And some Rockage accessories as well here. And there's also your Mega Man staff, which is a weapon camo.
Yep. I think it's a weapon camo for the rod.
It would make sense.
Yep. And of course, the only move you're supposed to use whenever you have that is Giveaway.
I would have expected Rafoy, actually.
Or Rafoy, yeah. You are obligated to only use Rafoy once, and just once, and then nothing else afterwards.
And let's see, was there anything special this time? Doesn't look like there's anything that's being held back for a certain number of draws on the AC Scratch this time. So, pretty much anything that you could want from this is going to be available through the player shops eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, you've mentioned how you haven't watched Konosuba. You know the whole thing with Megumin, how she casts that giant explosion and then faints, right?
I knew about the explosion. I didn't know that they faint.
Yeah, she faints afterwards and then just can't cast anything for the rest of the day.
So she's basically a level 1 wizard.
She only wants to do explosions, and that's it. She, I believe she mentioned how she can cast other spells, but like I said, she only wants to do explosions. Even if it costs her all of her magic. And then Darkness is a masochist. Her accuracy is garbage, but she gets turned on from getting beat up. And then Aqua is the useless goddess. Human tactical nuke. Yes, that's exactly what Megumin is.
Gotcha. All right.
But yeah, you've probably seen some of the pictures of Aqua, like Aqua screaming or acting like an idiot or something.
I might have, but not knowing context of all this.
I have one in the Alliance room. I have one of those in the Alliance room.
Gotcha. I'll have to check that out again.
But yeah, I highly recommend actually watching Konosuba because, oh, it's hilarious.
So obviously, now that we have the first collab, this opens us up to potentially new collabs. So what collab would you want to see next?
Persona! Just give me the Persona collab already.
This might sound weird, but I'd actually love to see a Halo collab.
Yes. Like, okay. People have been saying that that in Halo collab would work really well ever since this got announced to be on Xbox back in June of last year.
Yep, give me a Sengeli costume.
Yeah, most people want Cortana and Master Chief.
Virtua On, it's funny. Sega had the opportunity to put Virtua On in the recent Sega Classics AC scratch, and they didn't for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's still coming. We'll have to see.
No, how about an outfit based off of Avery Johnson?
I don't get the reference there.
Oh, Avery Johnson is a main character in Halo, like in most of the Halo games.
Oh, Johnson. I didn't realize that was his first name. Yeah, no, and the fact that the guy can apparently not die or something.
Nope, he's in every Halo, he's in Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, yeah. So he's in Halo up to Reach. It looks like.
Yep. Although Reach was actually the start of the thing.
Or up to 3, I meant. But yeah, he just somehow could not die.
Yep. All right, so why don't we go ahead and move on now to the next site update we have here, which is...
Oh yeah, Destiny collab. That could also work.
Destiny might, although I think the two games might be competing a little bit too much with each other for that one to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Final Fantasy XIV worked out since it wasn't really a complete matchup on the genres, but Destiny is definitely going to be really approaching on that a bit too much, I would say. But yeah, we've got an AC scratch sale going on currently.
Or just an AC shop sale.
Yep. This is going to go...
And it's garbage!
Pretty much, yeah! The popular item pack is going to give you 10 Scape dolls, an experience earned plus 150%, and a rare drop rate plus 400%, and 4 Tri-Boost plus 125% for 4,300 AC. Not worth it.
No, it's not. Just the EXP and drop rate things, they're not worth it. Because even if you have a drop rate 400%, that's not going to guarantee that you will actually get a rare drop. I've seen people who actually do use those, and they'll go through an hour of doing Ultimate Quest and get nothing.
Yep.
And then there's me running a 250 RDR and a 100 try, and I get a Nemesis. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to guarantee that you actually get something.
Yeah, but 250 plus 100 is kind of the standard that you want to go for in this game, and 100% drop fairly easily, or not drop, but you get them fairly easily through title collection and things like that. And then 250% rare drop rates, just hand in 6x cube, you got one.
Yep. And with the beginner support set, inventory expansion, character storage expansion, those are fine. Why is the Scape dolls tacked onto it?
I have no idea. I would rather take 2 character storage expansions than the Scape dolls.
Exactly. I'd much rather do that as well.
Yep.
The Scape dolls are useless.
And if you're really actually considering that, consider this. you get a new character with 300 character slots for, what is it, 500 AC right now?
Yeah, 300 item slots, yeah.
Granted, if you're already at max characters, that's not an option, but not too many players are going to be in that kind of situation. So your money is better spent just... If you're actually seriously considering this, put together 3 characters. You're going to get 900 character slots then for items.
So yeah, it's mostly a ripoff.
Alright, and of course, yesterday was PSO2 day for the general population, so of course the ARKS Rappies were available, you had all your boosters on. This happens every second of the month for regular players, and then you get an extra one if you happen to be a premium player on the 22nd of the month. So, kind of standard stuff there. I still have not gotten a Rappy Suit Mini ARKS, but at the same time, I really haven't been looking for it. I'm at the point now where if I want to buy one, I could just get one off the player market. That we're kind of at that point where price is starting to equalize a bit with the regular reserves that I've got. If anything, I'm wondering when we're going to get the other Rappy colors as costumes.
Oh yeah, the other Rappy ones.
Yep. I mean, maybe we'll finally see the summer one fairly soon, if and when we get the urgent quest on the beach.
Possibly, but at least with more of these coming out, Rappy Suit has now gone down drastically in price.
Yep.
So it's a lot easier to get one if you're unlucky.
Yep. Speaking of that urgent quest, I remember that at one point there was a comedy duo, and I can't remember what they're called, but they kind of had like the opening minute of that urgent quest where it was just them doing a comedy routine. I've never seen a translation of that, but it'd be interesting to see if that ever does get translated, if we get that, because I also remember it was like the two Oceanids were like wearing masks that were in the shapes of the actual comedy duo. I think they're on the development team, actually.
That would make sense.
But yeah, we got one other thing here for site updates today, and that is a Twitter giveaway event here. So, in this Twitter giveaway event, you will have the chance to win a fantastic in-game reward by sharing your character's look using the hashtag PSO2 giveaway with the rest of the world. Up to 22 qualifying participants will win 2200 AC, and they plan to distribute that reward during the August 5th maintenance.
Now,
So, go ahead.
this is interesting. You know how you've seen plenty of people online, like I've seen plenty of people online that have really unique outfits, really stupid outfits, utter horrific creations, but also like stuff that they put a lot of time into making their character actually look really well.
Yep.
Like with my character, I make him look decent, but that's it.
Yeah, I'm tempted to submit my dragon character. I recently I'm still waiting for him to get for the Baldur skinhead look to come out. So in the meantime, I gave him a mohawk.
And I'm just making my character look okay. That's it.
Yeah. And then depending upon if you can submit multiple characters, then I may put on something sudsy. And yeah, I can't believe that they put a selfie stick in either.
Yep.
All right, so
that's pretty much what you're doing when you're taking a picture of your character.
Yep. You don't need to show the thing in game when that's not even the character that's taking the picture, or the camera rather that's taking the picture.
But yeah, you could post it to Twitter between now and the 15th.
Yep. And then you need to make sure that that you're able to receive DMs, and as long as you're able to do that, You'll be notified if you win, at which point you'll need to provide your player ID, the character name, and the character ship number. And also, they note here your screenshot cannot feature items from third-party collaborations. Items from Sega-owned collaborations are allowed, so no Mega Man.
Nope. But you can do like the Goro Majima or Arl or stuff like that. So anything from the recent Sega scratch you can do.
Yep. And so with that, why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at what some people are submitting to this already here. So, looks like we got one that is a Gothic Rose look. We got a cast here.
So the Gothic Rose there, if you can click on that to enlarge it.
Yep.
I see the little leg thing there. Looks okay. Nice little rose thing, or like star flower thing in the hair. Yeah. Excuse me.
Let's see here.
Okay. The cast looks like a cast.
Yep.
Oh, dark elf mommy.
This is a nice looking cast as well.
I love the cast that have the golden trims on it. It's a personal favorite of mine.
Yep. What is this one? Here we go.
So, like, some of these are just basic outfits that I see everywhere else. Nothing so far is eye-catching to me. Like, I've seen some pretty cool ones. Like, that one actually looks okay. His edgy OC. And that one is instantly and no, not that one. That one actually looks okay. But that one right there, the best fit. That one's instantly disqualified because it's using a gunblade.
Well, keep in mind, gunblades are about to make their big return.
I know, but for right now, instantly disqualified for using gunblade. Minus 100 points for Gryffindor.
Let's see here. Got somebody with Matoi riding on their head, and I guess these are the floppy ears.
Yep, the fireworks in the background. I like the framing of that.
Yep. And of course, you got the skimpy ones as well here.
Of course, you can need those. That's what PSO2 has, so you gotta show them off. And of course, you got there we go, the squad. Look at that squad there.
Yep.
Love the Rappies. The Rappies emote is just great.
Yeah.
You just have all the little Rappies walking around you. It's great. Or the male one, which is a march.
Yep. I think they tried to go for the Pied Piper there.
Okay, there we go. Casino time. There we go. Instant win. I love the casino.
Yep.
I do not have a problem. Despite what my friend GameStone will tell me, I do not have a problem.
And then, here's the one you were talking about here. Rappy's following a Rappy big and yellow that has 3D glasses, apparently.
Yes. I like it.
And then, here's the Frog Rappy costume. This one's kind of a nice cast.
Archangel cast, yeah. It's a nice white, like a very blinding white to it.
Yep.
Fits for like an angel look.
Yep. Actually, it kind of reminds me of Foreign from the 7th opening. The Etoile class. Or cast, rather.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, A12. I'm excited for when that comes to NA.
Yep. And then you got some Rappies here. Looks kind of like a ship's captain here. Say again?
Perched in the desert. I like that. There we go. Angry Rappy.
Yep.
Oh, he's just pissed off. I love it.
Yep.
Right there, perfect.
So yeah, that's what some of the competition is doing for this. I haven't put mine in yet, but probably gonna do it in the future.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna do one as well. That's because it's something that's fun. I like showing off my character, even if I mostly find him very just okay.
Yep.
I'm an average dude. I make my characters look average. That's what I am. Except for my my character on Final Fantasy 14. I'm a machinist, so I made my character look like a machine, kind of.
Gotcha. All right.
It's kind of harder to do outfits on this game, more so because all of them are from scratch. So you have to rely on the player market.
That is true.
I just need to play the market more so I have all the Meseta so I can stop complaining.
Yep, I'm playing the long game with some of the stuff I've got, so...
Yep, same here. I got a couple of Revulsio weapons that I can convert. Which, by the way, do challenge mode. Challenge mode gives you Revulsio weapons.
Yep.
Or, you can trade in challenge miles for Revulsio weapons. Stockpile those up.
I think I picked up 6 or 8 so far.
Yeah, I got about 5. So yeah, stockpile those. Because once crafting's out, you'll be able to get those Goldnias right off the bat.
Yep. Alright, so that kind of leads us into the next thing that we've got here. And this is just a quick little word on this here. Episode 6, Chapter 5 now has a translation from the Tweaker team on the Japanese version. So that is probably something I will be taking a look at on this channel either on Sunday or Monday, depending upon how things go.
Interesting. That's the last chapter in the episode, right?
Second to last. There's going to be one more. This is the one where you're going back to Omega.
Okay. Oh god, it's giving me episode 5 flashbacks. Oh no.
Well, it kind of is a reunion with the characters there. No question about that. So you're going to see Harriet and Margareta reunite after. No idea how long it's been since they were last together. I don't know if Alma held things together in terms of the timeline there, or things decided to drift apart. We'll see.
Yep. And now our experimental thing.
Indeed. So basically what we've done is we've lined up a bunch of memes here. We're going to kind of take a look at these. For me, I got a combination of what I found online as well as some of the ones I've done in the past. And then Xantz also put together some that they found as well here. So
yep, I perused the subreddit r/PSO2 and found a couple things.
Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and kick this one off here first with the Garango.
The Garango? Oh.
I know. The sound effect just works for that.
It kind of does.
That, of course, being the spin dash that Sonic does.
Yep. So yeah, the Garango spins and Sonic's sound effects plays. That's actually solid.
But of course, sometimes the game can be a little weird in how it does things. For example, keep an eye on the left side of your screen here for this next one, and you're going to see something happen to Kotori.
Oh boy.
She basically spawns right into a firewall there.
I forgot about that one. You showed me that a while ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that was back during Where's the Chocolate 2016 urgent quest or emergency quest, I guess.
Spawns in.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we take a look at one of yours now here? So,
Okay. So I found a couple off of the subreddit here.
Yep. So this is your typical gunner.
Yep.
Yeah, just spin around and around and around there. Sometimes
spinning around, but it's in the air as well, because gunners are always in the air.
Yep. Sometimes you spin slow.
But yeah, that's basically what every gunner is, and also every bouncer.
Yep.
I think that's more fitting for bouncers.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, because there's step action whenever you just do, like you do a normal attack and then step action, you do some twirls around.
Yep, that's for certain, yep.
I thought NPCs ignored environment hazards. Oh, no, they don't. Obviously not.
Yep. No, that thing got Katori good there. All right, so obviously with the North American version, we've got a whole bunch of new character voices, English voice actors. Some of them have some interesting accents on them, including a Finn.
Right.
So, indeed, so going forward, I guess maybe we can just call mates a Finns.
Oh.
Mono a Finn, die a Finn, try a Finn. Because all he says is mate.
Mate. Cheers, mate.
Yep.
Also, a symbol art I saw is you either try mate or you die mate.
Yep. Mono mates just don't do that much in the end.
No. I never carry monomates with me. I only use die and try. Because I have the automate thing. So monomates sometimes don't heal me enough to where automate will proc again. So I just carry dies and tries.
Yep, same here.
Die mate.
All right. Up next, this is a little bit of a longer one, but I'm going to ask you to see if you can. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but take a guess at where this might have come from.
Okay.
How toyetic can you get?
Toyetic is a word created by marketing people. It means an object or device that could easily become a mass-produced toy.
Any thoughts?
Toyetic? I've never heard of toyetic before.
So, this comes from an old cartoon series produced by Warner Brothers, and it is a show called Freakazoid.
Oh, yeah, Freakazoid!
And, Rooks, you said that just as I was saying it, so good on you.
Yep. Freakazoid, yeah.
Yep, Rappies are so toyetic.
Well, yeah, duh. Well, it's more so the cuter ones instead of the Nav Rappies.
That's true, yep. I would agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Nav Rappies are there, but nah, the Rappies with the big heads, those are the ones that are toyetic.
Yep. Those Nav Rappies haven't transcended time and space yet.
Nope.
Although you still can't kill them.
Well, you can't kill Rappies.
Right.
They just play dead.
Yep. All right, so looking towards other things here, of course, we've had many issues with the North American launch here with the Microsoft Store and everything like that. So people, of course, are going to be complaining about that. But you know what? Flex tape will fix anything.
Oh God. Yep, works on my machine. So yeah, people with legitimate issues during PSO2's PC launch seeking helpful answers. Just slap on works on my machine.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that is actually true with me. It was working fine on my machine, so I really wasn't seeing the issues that everyone was having until issues started happening with me. So, yep, now I see what people are complaining about. All right, cool.
Yep. And for me, I had to completely upgrade my Windows because I was still running on a 1803 intentionally. So I had to upgrade to 1909 to get myself up to date.
For me, I accidentally said no for launching the game whenever it asked for the admin privileges. I said no because I said, I'm not going to play today. So whenever I came back later to try to play it again, it just wouldn't launch. And I had to reinstall the game because it decided to mess with itself. Good thing I backed up all the files though, so that I could get everything done super quickly so I could get back into it. But there were so many issues. I doubt it was due to bloatware, but God, the amount of issues that were involved with that.
The Microsoft Store just has a really poor implementation, and part of it is because it runs through the Windows Update system. But, you know what, for me, I really don't care that much about Windows Updates. There are just so many issues that come out with each patch these days that, essentially at this point, I've just blown away Windows Update, and really anybody can do this. I would recommend making a backup of the file first before you do this. So make a copy, and then you would delete the wuaueng.dll. That's actually the file that runs Windows updates as part of a service, and then doing it that way, you never are prompted to reboot your computer for an update or anything like that because it can't even activate the service to start Windows Update.
Yep.
So if you do need Windows Update, of course you would then change the copy file back into what the file was originally named, so you could get whatever you need. But for me, I don't go anywhere on the web that's really suspicious, so it's never been an issue for me. As long as you're careful with what you're doing.
All my computer is just on YouTube or I'm playing some game.
Yep. Alright, Zance, on to your next one here. And I feel like we got some Through the Fires and the Flames here.
It's very easy to tell if you just look at the fretboard. It's clearly Fire and the Flame. The caption for this is what it's like to have rock on. And for anyone who's played Guitar Hero, watched people play Guitar Hero, that's clearly the fretboard for Through the Fire and Flames.
Yep. Alrighty. Okay, so there was this one time I got turned into a pinball.
Oh yeah, this. Minor story spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, so it's like no context here.
Yeah.
A toy. Yeah. That was actually the lead-in I used for one of the get-togethers I did back in the past. So, it was a fun time. But no, I definitely wanted to give that a try because it always looked like the casino was built to be a pinball table.
In a sort of way, yeah, I guess. But that was some pretty clever editing there. You did.
Yep. Yeah, that was my first attempt at real rotoscoping, and because that was the only way I was able to actually get the castle to light up like that as I banged into it each time.
Huh.
But yeah, let's see. Up next, of course, everybody needs X cubes, so we've got this here with Sega basically saying, grab these X cubes, and players basically are gonna go.
I'll say here, you'll be rewarded for your troubles. Go on, pick it up. Do I look like the guy who can be swayed by X cubes? You do. Damn straight.
Yep.
Yep.
I think this
Anyway, that's the big thing with Magatsu. You get like nearly 80 X cubes
Yep.
per run. It's so stupid.
I think this one actually came out when Masquerade came out, though. The one with 999 stages.
Oh yeah, yep. So with Omega Masquerade, for those of you who don't know, it's a solo fight between one boss, you and one boss, and each floor that you continuously go up, the fight gets harder and harder. And then like it caps out at floor 100 with being the hardest, but you can go all the way up to 999. And not only do you get regular X cubes, but you also get class X cubes, which are really important.
Yep.
Or so I've been told. I don't know exactly how important class X cubes are. I keep getting them, but I don't know what to do with them.
You can use them to increase grind limits.
Now.
And also for your
I've never
liberate
had
weapons.
Oh, the liberate weapons. Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, once you go up to floor 999 in that quest, it becomes a meme fest because, well, how do I put this? No matter what defenses you have going into that mission, the only thing that's going to help you is Iron Will at 10 points.
Yep.
Because at that point, the boss, no matter how high your defenses are, they're going to do 999,999 damage to you. Every single hit you take. So yeah, at that point, it's just a meme fest. And basically the story is, and this is contrary to what I originally thought it was, I was sort of on the right track with this. Masquerade is basically trapped in there until he's able to accumulate enough battle energy from what you put off during the battles to the point where basically they can then break out of that Omega-like area into eventually what becomes its own emergency MPA, or urgent quest.
Okay.
So,
oh,
yeah.
it takes 300 to make the liberate? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so that's something I need to hoard my class X cubes for then. Alright, perfect. But yeah, once Omega Masquerade comes out, I'm going to be trying to get to floor 999 on that, just because I can. I'll be doing it on Hero because that's what I know the most when it comes to that fight.
Gotcha. I'll be in there as Hunter. Alright, so you have one more meme here, and I decided to keep this one together with the topic name. I'm just a frog.
Honestly, yep. I'm just a frog in a game of half-naked anime people. Honestly, this would work really well with the giveaway.
I completely agree. Go ahead and submit the thing, guy.
Yeah. Johnny Luchador
Yep.
needs to submit that. I love it.
Alright, and the last meme that we've got. Everybody that knows me kind of knows that I'm into this sort of thing, but let me ask you this, Zance. Did you know that Jet Set Radio went live back on the air over this past week?
Yes, Civa Gunner specifically.
Indeed.
It was the King for Another Day, King for Another Day competition, and what was his name?
Professor DJK.
Yeah, Professor K won the competition, so it's just been a bunch of Sega remixes throughout all the past couple of days.
Yep. And
on the Civ Gunner website, which, by the way, when it comes to the Civ Gunner YouTube channel, for those of you who don't know, Civ Gunner only uploads high quality rips of video game songs, i.e. they're songs from video games, but they're remixes with other things.
Yep. There's some sort of little something with each one here. And one of the ones that they...
the easiest one to show some people who don't know about this site or about this channel is show them the Super Mario World rip which it starts playing the normal theme, but then goes into Witch Doctor.
Indeed.
That's basically what you expect from this.
Exactly, and there was one for PSO2 as well. I decided to add some game visuals and sound effects on top of this here. No, it is not the slam. The slam is my thing. This is different here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this here.
I'll put it on his channel here. So. So yeah, it's the Raffy Slots theme, but with Gundam style over it.
Yep. And now it switches over to a different one.
Oh god, I hear the Flintstones!
Indeed! Yes, Flintstones is definitely a part of this one as well. Flintstones is sort of the main joke of Steve Gunner.
Well, not Flintstones, but Granddad!
Indeed. Thank you so much, Joel from Vinesauce.
Yep. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm being the Joke Explainer 3000 right now. Joel from Vine, you might have heard of Vinesauce. They're a very popular streamer and streamer group. And Joel and Vinny are the most well known of Vinesauce. Joel was looking at this Mario bootleg cartridge, and one of them was Mario 7. So he looked at that and it said Granddad. And his reaction became such a massive meme because of that. Specifically, Granddad! Flintstones!
Indeed. So I just eat this stuff up all the time. I love Siva Gunner, and I was going to do a stream over here on Twitch with Siva Gunner music, but with what happened recently here, with a whole bunch of channels getting strikes, I'm gonna hold off on that for now.
Yeah, I did hear about some copyright issues that were going on right now.
Yeah, so better to play it safe than sorry.
I normally never play music on my channel anyway. I just have the game music anyway.
Same here.
It works for me.
Yep. It was only recently that I did a stream that was an intentionally grindy stream right before the PC version came out, whereby I was 5 titles away from 400 before PC was coming out. And I just said, you know what, let me just grind out some of those character mission clear titles. So you get a title at 10 and 100, and I took care of 5 of them.
Nice.
And throughout that whole thing, I had a custom playlist going of lots of classic video game music going back to the early 2000s on that, actually.
Well, that should be fine, honestly, just having the video game music. Because I've seen some streamers who normally do have music playing, they just changed to only having video game music.
Well, it was like that, plus some OC remix stuff, plus some really exclusive stuff. I don't know if you remember Project Majestic Mix, which was a Final Fantasy remix collaboration.
Do not.
Yeah, it was a really. This was back before we had Reddit and things like that, so you had to really luck into finding that this thing even existed back then.
Well, there were forums.
True. So you kind of had to be on the right forum.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what we got here for this round of memes here.
Yep. And that's pretty much all we have for today's podcast.
Yep, I am pretty much
got an hour out of it, so that's good, I guess.
Yep. So yeah, definitely. It was of course going to be a shorter show here since this was an off week. We'll see what we've got coming next week. If there's going to be a new urgent quest for North America, if there is, I would expect it's probably going to be the Profound Darkness. It's a little early for Apprentice to be coming up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see how things go in the coming week, and yep. So
That sounds good.
So that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Xance and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.